Jill back with another episode of Cooking with Centimeter. I actually filmed this episode yesterday because it's a short one, and I did it in 3 parts, and the big part of it got deleted somehow. So I'm just redoing it again. I'm gonna make fried green tomatoes. This was the greener tomato of the 2 I bought yesterday. I cooked the other one that was a little redder. I'm gonna make those because it's short and quick, and this is a very short one. I've recently been going down rabbit holes on unsolved, well, not really rabbit holes. I've been looking a lot at Unsolved Mysteries Wikipedia page. So there's a lot of just random unsolved mysteries, and I came across one. Happened in 88th year I was born, and it just perplexed me that there was no information on it, and that it's still unsolved. So I'm going to make fried green tomatoes and tell you about the murder of Michael Flores. So I have my pan already heated up. Might not be a good idea to have my MacBook on the whatever. We'll figure it out, it's fine. So I've already mixed my dry ingredients. I've got flour, cornmeal, Italian panko breadcrumbs, some garlic powder, salt, and pepper as my dry ingredients for this. So we'll mix those around a little. And I've got the oven on, heating the oil while I cut the tomato and all that stuff. So that part's done. And I've got part of my wet ingredients done. Usually use egg and buttermilk. I bought a whole bunch of buttermilk. The only buttermilk my local grocery store had was a half gallon because I wanted cornbread. So I'm using it for stuff because I'm trying to go eat more plant-based, except I haven't cut out dairy yet. So, but I am going to use this Bob Red Mill's egg replacer for the egg instead of actual egg. So for this, you take 1 tablespoon and then combine it with 2 tablespoons of water. I already have the water in the bowl. That's too much. So I'll mix that up. I'll do this. Buttermilk. And mix this up. So let me tell you a little background of what I could find on Michael Flores, because there's not a whole bunch out there. He was 15 years old. He was in 10th grade at Rio Hordona High School in Rio Hordona, I'm probably saying that wrong, Texas. He was described as being a very good boy by his family, mostly his mother, which everybody's a good boy to their mother to a certain point. I'm not saying he wasn't, just that's the article I found. He was described as being a very good boy. I'm going to cut this down, which I thought was sweet. He had, and I've got my computer here. I'm trying this on my laptop now instead of my iPad. I'm going to get burnt. He was really into the computerized part of mechanics. And he was from a well-known family in the area. On September 26th, he had went and attended band practice. His sister was in band. He was just there to watch it. And then they came home, and him and his mother had a really good conversation. Let me cut this so I can get it prepared, but I've got my wet and dry ingredients ready. And I just used the egg replacer and buttermilk. They came home, and his mother said they had a really good conversation. He had decided that day what he wanted to do, and he wanted to be a mechanic, but do the computerized part of it, and was really optimistic about the future. So they had a really good conversation, and at 9:30 o'clock at night, 9:30 o'clock, that's not even 9:30 p.m. that night. And then he went to his room to listen to music, which it was, of course, too loud, as every 15-year-old listens to where his mother told him to turn it down. And, of course you listen to your mother. The rest of the family was in the living room watching TV. When they heard what his mother described as fireworks, which it wasn't uncommon. They'd heard people lighting fireworks in the alley. Cutting them about that size. I don't know the measurement of that. People had been lighting fireworks in the alley anyways. So they didn't think anything of it until they heard a thump in Michael's room. And they went in to see. She said it was too close to be outside. So they went in and found him slumped over. He was on his knees facing the pillow. Had what appeared to be a gunshot wound. So they called the police, of course, as you do. And they came and pronounced him dead on the scene. I'll put those to the side. I have little ones. So I'm going to dip these and at least get the first 4 going. And then I'm going to tell you about some facts. So I dip these in buttermilk, and then I'm dipping them in the, and I'm going to drop them. Repeat the process. So, coat down that, and then in there. Now I try to do 4 at a time, not to overcrowd it. But we'll see. So now I'm just coating them. Make sure they're nicely coated. My mom used to make these when I was little, and I loved them. I also really loved the movie Red Green Tomatoes, which I recently watched again for the first time in a long time. But it was a favorite movie of me and my mom's growing up. So I was in the mood for Red Green Tomatoes. So while these sizzle, I'll show you. We're testing this angle. As long as I don't get burnt, we're cool. So, a couple facts about the murder. I'll bend down and watch them cook as we go, as long as I don't get burnt. So, he was found on his knees, face down on a pillow, as I stated. The bullet struck him from behind the right side of his head and lodged itself in his forehead, which sounds gruesome. The shot came from the open window. They figured this because there was a piece in the screen, in the windows. Typically has screens to keep bugs out. There was a hole where it had pierced the screen. And if you're looking in an open window from the outside, you can't really see a screen because it's, tiny and just makes everything kind of blurry, so you don't really think, you just think it's open window. They believed that the person was standing approximately 13 to 15 feet from his window. And he was shot with a .357 Magnum. I don't know how you actually say that. I'm not a gun person. Which has never been found. They weren't even to find a shell casing or anything outside. There weren't many clues found at the crime scene at all. One of the biggest things that I did find, was that a small brown car had been seen leaving the area immediately after the shooting. And based on Google Maps, I'm assuming the way the house was set up, there's a window at the end. I'm assuming that was his room, because it's right there the house was right there on the corner between 2 intersections, and there's a window right there. So I'm assuming that's where he was. I'm not entirely sure. As for suspects, there was one person of interest, but there wasn't enough evidence to bring charges. That's it. There's literally nothing else on this. It is listed as one of Texas Rangers' top 12 cold case investigations. And that's it. There's currently still a $6,000 reward if you have any information about it. I've included that in the post. It was just... I thought it was weird that there was no information about this. I'm going to flip these. So, No, I'm not. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I think I turned it down too low. I'm still trying to figure out this oven. Because I got a new one. So I'm still trying to figure it out. There's not much about the case. I did get I found a couple articles and stuff, but it's all basically the same information. And they did, some news reports for the 30th anniversary a couple years ago. Because this happened the year I was born. I was born in June. It happened in September. So, I did find one website. It was Rio, hold on, I know I'm going to butcher this. It's Rio Project Cold Case page, which has a list of just unsolved murders in the area. I started looking through those because initially I was like, why did it bring me here? I don't even see him on this site. And as I was going through that, I did find a lot of cases that are also unsolved around the same time that were per death by gunshot, wound, firearm, however you want to characterize it. So I did go down a rabbit hole. So I found a total of, I believe, 12 cases, including Michael's, that all had listed the cause of death by gunshot wound. Out of the 10, I only found Google searches on 4 of them, and still not even enough information. Even the pages I found, it was all the same information. So, I've decided I'm going to do a series of these. I have 4 that, including this one, that I found more information than the rest. I did get a free trial to newspapers.com to see if I could find anything else on it. And I found some other things, but still not enough to do anything with. So I'll have this one, and then I'm going to do 3 other ones. I'm going to do 4 other ones, because there's one that I found that they have linked to the murder of 2 other people. So I'm going to do a post about all 3 of them. And then I'm going to do a separate post about the rest of them, because I did find some things on those, but still not enough information to do anything with. So, I don't know, I went down a rabbit hole, and, it happens. I just think it's unsettling to think that someone, they look pretty brown. It's unsettling to me that someone, for whatever reason, I'm still working on this, shot a 15-year-old. He was a bigger boy, so the only thing I can think of is maybe they thought he was somebody else. It's hard to wrap my head around someone that has a grudge against a 15-year-old, that's not like a petty thing. Maybe it was a gang initiation. There's nothing. There's no information that I was able to find. Even in the newspaper, I found out a little bit more details, but that's it. So, I don't know. So I went down my rabbit holes. I've got a couple posts that I've done research on, and I'm finishing up one which just got little information on a bunch of other related cases. But they were all listed together on this website. So I went through and filtered the 16 pages to ones that are around that same time, between 88 and 93, of people who were killed by gunshot. So, I don't know if they're connected. They all happened within like an hour of each other. And then there's 11 that are just unknown. There's nothing. I can't find anything on them. Even if I searched unknown, unidentified, nothing. So, I'm going to go down these rabbit holes, see what I can find. I don't know. Let me know what you think. These are all going to be little short ones. So I'm going to make stuff like this. Look at those. Nice browning on those. I'm going to flip them back over and get them a little bit more browner on the other side. Yeah. So I'm going to have this episode posted later today, since I did it yesterday and attempted to watch it and do it again today, and it just didn't work out. This one's a whole fell swoop, though, of 15 minutes, so There will be a post. The post is already up. I just have to post this video. But yeah, let me know what you think. In the coming weeks, I'm probably going to spread them out. So in the next 2 months, I'll probably have them all out. But let me know what you think. So stay safe and see you next time. Bye.